For me this week in chapter 3, I thought that it was very interesting on how, in the previous years before technology took over, how our files and health records were stored. As, for example, the micro row. I thought this was really interesting for people to be able to put all that information on just this tiny little row really shocked me um, on how much effort that took to do all this information compressed. What a headache that would have been to go find all this, and then you had to put it in something to blow it up. And as Miss Amy said, with how she got motion sickness trying to, pull all the information up and read it. I imagine that happened to a lot of people. I know it probably would to me. I also thought it was very interesting about the math that went into storing the files. I mean, I remember growing up and going into the doctor's office and seeing rows and rows and rows of files, with all the color coding systems and everything. I always thought it was so neat, but I didn't know that there was math that went into it to ensure that they needed to be a certain size of filing cabinets, certain depth, and all this measurements. I worked in U.S. Bank Home Mortgage for a few years, and we used the filing system before the technology took over there. And I never would have thought that medical systems was going to be different than that. But knowing that now, it's really interesting, I think, to know about all the math that went into putting the files on the shelf, other than just the alphabetic or the number system.